Most people don't know what platelets are, and they definitely don't know how much of a need that there is. July of 2021, going about summer, and I had bruises all over my legs and my arms that were not going away. So I went to my primary care doctor, was getting some paperwork filled out for work, and mentioned, hey, by the way, I've got these bruises. And he said, I don't really think that that'll be anything, but we'll draw some blood. Me and my husband, we go to the lake. We're just gonna enjoy a long weekend. And I get a phone call the next day that says you need to come to the cancer center at UT immediately. No one likes that phone call. No one knows what that means. We rushed over there. They told me I had critically low platelets. I didn't know what a platelet was. I'd never heard that word before. I didn't really know what any of that meant. Most people have around 150 to 450,000, and I walked in with 10,000. I got my first infusion that day. They did a bone marrow biopsy, and then a week later they confirmed that I had a very rare condition called aplastic anemia. That's bone marrow failure. Because platelets were my first count that were low, every week I was going in, sometimes multiple times a week, to even replenish to be at a baseline, to sustain me, to keep away from internal bleeding, bleeding out. I was really just a huge risk. From the time I was diagnosed until I had my bone marrow transplant, I had received 48 platelet infusions. I was consuming them so quickly. We knew that there was a shortage, but we didn't know. You don't really know how bad that is until it affects you. And I was actually down to 0. And they said, we don't know that we're going to get you anything today or the next day. And we were calling all kinds of things. My dad was calling and saying, can I come and do a donation? And really, by the point that they told me that we were 0, there was probably a 3-hour period we didn't think that we were going to get anything. They were going hour by hour, making lots of phone calls. I was on the oncology floor. They came in and said, they've just released some more. You're on the list, that you're going to get some, which is a huge sigh of relief that you don't know about until you're in that situation. There's a lot of people that would, tell me, oh, I'll do anything for you. And I'm like, please just donate. Like, that is the best thing that you can do, is to help me and other people like me. We learned so much about the importance of the process of it only has a shelf life of 5 days. By the time next week comes around, every single person that gave last week, all their product is gone. Having an organization like Medic is huge. I think Medic does such a good job of being really in the community. A lot of people, especially if you're from this area, you have at least heard of Medic. People know when they hear Medic, and I think a lot of people think blood. But when you don't really know what a platelet is, and you don't realize how crucial it is for people who are cancer patients, who are going through all these different surgeries, even births, there's all kinds of things that it could be you or somebody else that you know that needs them. Every single person that walks in that door that donates a product is going to go save somebody that's just right in our area. Platelets are a lot more time than other donations are. It's a big sacrifice. It's also a lot more regular. So if you are somebody who can give regularly, that's a big commitment, but it really is huge. I'm just one of so many people receiving platelets, and sometimes multiple units at a time, just to be able to go get my teeth cleaned or to be able to go get a procedure, whatever needed to happen. And so none of those things can happen, and I couldn't move forward in my journey without people helping supply and help me to do that. It's something that is kind of unsung, and I feel like people don't realize the impact that it has, but it makes a difference. Thank you.